Hey, what's happening everyone? My name is Speedstreak. Welcome to Speedstreak Discussion, where we discuss news, topics, updates, discussions, and reactions, whether it be for video games, movies, TV shows, comic books, and anything geek related. Well, in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the latest TailsTube channel, where Tails himself actually gets to officially meet Professor Victoria. Now, for those of you who haven't heard about TailsTube, what TailsTube is that it's an episodic show created by Sega and Sonic Team, which follows Tails as he meets up with many of his friends throughout the episodes as they talk about a lot of topics, including adding more of the lore of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. And ever since the first episode of TailsTube, we get to see a picture of a pink-haired girl who we've never seen before, and we were wondering who she was and what her role is in the Sonic the Hedgehog series. And over time, we do get to learn a little more and more about her, and eventually we've actually learned about her name from the Sonic and Shadow Generations, inside General Robotics Journal, and her official name is known as Tori, aka Victoria. And not only that, but we also get to learn that Victoria, aka Professor Victoria, is in fact an archaeologist. And we saw in one TailsTube during New Year's is that Tails has a book has one of her books which talk about the history of the world, and it is really cool that we're officially learning more about not only Professor Victoria, but as well as like the history of Sonic's world, and as well, since Sonic Channel now has an official timeline of the Sonic the Hedgehog series, and we could learn more about this, and I'm really excited about this. So without further ado, let's join up with Tails as he gets to meet Professor Victoria. Alright everyone, here it is, TailsTube episode 11, The Meeting of the Minds. And already this is really cool. We're in Spagonia University here, and already from what we see from the backgrounds here, we get to see some interesting artifacts here. And already right here we can see the Gaia manuscripts beside the chalkboard, which we see, Knuckles' statue, and as well as the Master Emerald. And it looks like one of the tablets which I believe is from one of the tablets from the Starfall Islands is here. And if you look to the right hand side of the video, we also get to see both the Moon and Sun medals from Sonic Unleashed, and which means they're officially canon and not just collectibles. And not only that, but we also get to see the ice crystal which you used to unlock one of the levels in Sonic Adventure. So that is actually pretty cool. I don't know if the crown on the display is I don't know if it's from Sonic and the Black Knight or originally the crown from King from Boom, from the king that became it became King Boom, King Boo from when Knuckles first saw him, the ghost. But it looks like one of his eyes is on display as a medallion. I don't know if that is if it is his eye, but it looks similar. And I don't know what this egg here is about. It could be relating. It's possible that it could be like a Chow egg or like a ancient dinosaur egg. I'm not really sure. But there's already so many details here in background. So, without further ado, let's begin the video.
Hello everyone, and
Tails.
welcome to our very first episode of TailsTube on the road. Today I'm coming to you live on location from inside the prestigious Spagonia University.
Hey.
So many brilliant scholars have walked these hallowed halls, including today's very special guest, Everyone, please welcome a personal intellectual hero.
She's here!
Professor
She's finally here!
Victoria.
Orbot!
Excuse me.
What's he doing here?
I should be asking you the same question.
No, you shouldn't. This is my office.
Yeah.
Oh, a fellow professor. How do you do?
I'm so sorry about this. He is not another professor.
No, he's not.
Just one of Eggman's lackeys.
How
Yeah.
unfortunate. Can you make him leave?
Not usually.
It's so good to have a meeting of the minds with my fellow intellectuals. Conversations around the lair can be so tiresome.
Oh,
Let's
that's funny.
just continue on. Maybe he'll get bored and leave.
Don't count on it.
Yeah.
As I was saying, everyone, please welcome genius archaeologist and historian, Professor Victoria.
He's
Oh,
officially
you're too
here.
kind, Miles. And please, call me Tori. But honestly,
Nickname.
it's my pleasure to be on your show. I'm a bit of a fan of yours as well.
Ooh.
This is the greatest day of my life.
Pretty average for me.
Perhaps you'd like to continue our earlier conversation about ancient civilizations.
Yes, of course. Let's begin at the dawn of recorded history
Ooh,
with
the
the
ancients.
first great civilization.
Okay,
We
so they're
know
known as the
almost
first great
nothing of these
civilization.
ancient beings. I would give anything to know who they were and what their technology could do.
Well, you're in luck.
Yeah.
Because I was part of an adventure.
Oh, those guys. Turns out they were a bunch of watery aliens from another world.
Orbot.
They came to Earth to escape space boogeymen and preserve their souls inside a digital dimension. But a couple of them stuck around and eventually turned into these little water babies. Aren't they so
They became the
cute?
chow.
What the?
Technically, he's got the basic facts right. Not the way I would have explained it, but
Miles?
The middle part,
This
the middle
could revolutionize
chaos,
our understanding
well,
of
ancient looks
life on
like, well,
Earth
chaos.
and in the cosmos.
Yeah.
Oh, please tell me you documented everything thoroughly.
well, see, I was stuck in a digitized state, and we kinda lost access to the ancients' databases.
Oh,
Yeah.
so the basis for your claims.
Just trust him, bro.
Yeah, don't they did
Let's move on, shall we?
Tails that and an
Ruining
awesome
this for
adventure.
me.
Tens of thousands of years later, the second great civilization arose.
Okay.
They were known as the Gaians, and they constructed massive temples all around the globe.
Gaians.
And yet, the cultures that live around them today remember precious little about them. To think such a vast empire could be lost to the sands of time.
And to the core of the planet.
Does he have a mute button?
Again, he's
Tails
technically
is like,
right.
I'm going
Indeed.
to disassemble
Sonic and
you.
this little puppy guy used them to combine into a giant
Oh,
stone
Chip.
beast and defeat a big squid monster with 100 eyeballs.
Did, and then
Yeah.
they all sunk into the core of the Earth. It was epic.
It was.
But they'll be back
Oh?
in like 10,000 years, give or take.
Yeah.
Miles, I know you go on wondrous, memorable adventures and see fantastic things, but what you're claiming, and I'm being kind here, stretches credulity.
But it
No, it's
really
not.
happened.
It did.
Please, just take a look at the screen. You'll.
Oh! Boo!
This has been
Orbot,
very cute,
boo.
but I am late for my lecture. We'll continue this another time. Take care, Miles.
Oh, Orbot, look what you've done.
Toodles, Professor.
Dory, please wait. I'm not affiliated with him.
Yeah.
Ahem. And what's the lesson we've learned today, Tails?
That Spagonia University needs better security.
Perhaps. I was thinking, don't hang up on Orbot when he calls you on New Year's Day.
That's what this is all about?
My brilliant revenge scheme is complete. Ha ha! I'm away!
Well, that was an episode for the history books.
Yeah.
I better hit the road before this day gets any more embarrassing. Next time, I think I'll head somewhere a little more low-key. I hope to see you when I get there. Until then, safe travels.
That was really good. I really love that. Yeah, this is really cool that we get to we officially meet Professor Victoria, aka Tori, and this is also, as Tails said, his first episode on the road. So that means Tails is definitely exploring parts of the world, and that is really cool. I like that. I really do. It is really cool that we not only learn about a little bit more about Sonic's history But we officially learned that the ancients are known as the first great civilization, which is really freaking cool. And we also get to learn about the truth of the Gaia temples being created by the second great civilization known as the Gaians. And I wonder who the Gaians are. And I think it's possible that Chip was... Well, actually, I'll talk more about this later on, but this is still really cool. We've got more lore for the Sonic the Hedgehog series. That is awesome. I'm loving this. I really do. Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. You get to see Professor Victoria and learn more about the ancient history of Sonic's world. And yeah, once again, it is cool that the ancients are known as the first great civilization, and of course, Orbot had to interrupt Tails because Tails hung up on him on New Year's Eve, and it is actually, yeah, and once again, Orbot did get the basics down, but of course, we've known about the ancients since Sonic Frontiers, which is really cool. And from what I've read from the Sonic channel, it did that over time that I believe that the ancients, after fleeing the Starfall Islands and settling in the Mystic Ruins, I believe they did share their knowledge and technology regarding the Chaos Emeralds to other civilizations, and I believe that the Gaians eventually learned from the ancients before the ancients themselves became Chao, and it's possible that Chip himself could have been one of the Gaians who was chosen to become Light Gaia to help stop Dark Gaia from spreading his darkness around the world and restoring the planet. Actually, I do want to talk about that. I actually am making a theory video regarding like what games are canon to the Sonic franchise, as well as talking more about what all the history before the Sonic games, and from the beginning of Sonic's history to the ancients to eventually when games begin with, of course, Sonic the Hedgehog. And that is really cool. We get to know the first great civilization and the second great civilization, but what was the third great civilization? Could it have been the Echidnas, the Babylonians? It's possible, and we still don't know who was the fourth great civilization. But well, I know that in one of the Sonic games, in Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood, they did give an explanation of who was originally the fourth great civilization. But since Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood is less likely to be canon, that would leave the fourth great civilization, once again, a mystery. But yeah, once again, this is really cool that we get to see Professor Victoria officially for the first time ever since her first appearance on the first TailsTube, and I want to see more. I want to see more about her, as well as her talking about Sonic's past and as well the past, and more about the ancient world, and how Sonic's world eventually became to what we see it nowadays today. And I do believe that there are some real world events, since Sonic's world, it does have elements of Earth, including that they do have some real life famous people, including Leonardo da Vinci and Albert Einstein, since Gerald Robotnik himself was known to be a modern Leonardo da Vinci and Einstein, which that is really cool. So yeah, once again, I will talk more about this in my upcoming theory video, But for now, this is my reaction and thoughts on the TailsTube, the Meeting of the Minds. And once again, it is really cool. So what do you guys think? Are you excited that Professor Victoria has finally made her debut on TailsTube? What are your thoughts about Professor Victoria and her talking about the ancient history of Sonic's world, including the first great civilization and the second great civilization? And would you like to see more of her in not only future TailsTube videos, but also in like future Sonic games? Well, let me know in the comment section down below. So that's gonna be all the time I have to take for this video, but don't go worry, there's plenty of more news, topics, updates, discussions, and reactions to look forward to more soon. So stay tuned for more. So thank you everybody so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to check out my other Let's Plays where I do all kinds of gaming content, including be sure to check out my other content where I do look into other reaction videos, whether it be for video games, movies, TV shows, comic books, and anything geek related, as well as try not to laugh videos. And be sure to check out my other content where I do Let's Plays, reviews, discussions, top 10s, voice impressions, challenges, and theories. And if this is the type of content you're watching and keep updated for all of these videos, please hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell on. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Speedstreak out.